Hey,
Beauty, beauty, beauty.
what's
Hey,
it?
how are you?
I'm good yourself?
Yeah, very well, thanks, man.
Good, good, good. And and early as well. That's not that's very unlike a musician.
I do pride myself on being punctual, so I don't know. I think you find that a lot of artists these days have to show up on time because a lot of people don't take Motley Crue style shit anymore. So yeah, you got to be on time, ready to go, and yeah, that's the ethos, man.
Good, good, good. Oh, cost a fortune as well, from what I hear if you late, like curfew shit. So
Oh yeah, exactly right. I think yeah, COVID sort of really kicked things up a notch in sort of being on time, and now that the cost of everything is just like so insane,
yeah,
time is money, etc., etc.
awesome. Well, thank you for taking the time on a Friday evening. I'm sure you got other things you want to do on a Friday evening. So
Bro, I literally have nothing else going on right now, so we're all good. But
fair
thank
enough.
you for taking the time as well, man. I really appreciate that
No,
to talk
not a
to
problem,
us.
not a problem. Thank you. Let's. So I'm doing this for a publication that I work for, which is Hi-Fi Way, but also, of course, because of Froth and Fury.
Yep.
Um, but you guys have also got your own headline tour coming up early next year,
Yes, we
uh,
do.
and I also believe, and we'll start off with this one because
Mm.
it's been a controversial week in a future static camp with the takeover of Instagram.
Yep. Yep. Um, yeah, yeah. Look, I'm not gonna lie. It's been a pretty hectic week. It's been pretty trying for all of us here in the Future Static camp. I don't think any of us were really expecting the soft coup from our drummer Jackson. Honestly, he just took things over. And there was no way we can stop him. You know, we tried contacting Facebook. My dad is friends with Mark Zuckerberg, and we tried contacting Meta to try and get the posts taken down and trying to get Jackson off the airwaves. But we got a reply back from Zuckerberg saying that his muscles were too big
Mm,
um, to be taken down, and if he threatened with legal action, Jackson would threaten back with punching. So that avenue didn't really work out. So the best thing that we could do in that case is just let Jackson have his fun, pop him in the cage and let him rattle it around a little bit, and just kind of pick up the pieces and deal with the fallout that we will definitely be getting after this week of absolute hell that he has put us through. So he has been reprimanded,
mm,
you know, in private. I don't really want to bring the back end stuff to the forefront. You know, this is supposed to be a positive interview, talking about how well things are doing. So, but the hot pokers are out, and we've got to get him. Okay, so everybody watching at
well,
home, fear not. You know, problem's been dealt with, and correction will be swift and merciless.
very, very pointed. Thank you. Thank you.
It's
'Cause
all right. It's all
I
right.
did see it was back. I see you've got it back, so that's a good thing.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
So,
We reclaimed it. He's apologized, but sometimes it isn't enough, man. You just gotta desperate times call for desperate measures. So yeah, swift action will be taken.
good. All right. Since the album dropped
Mm.
in November 23,
Yep.
yeah, it was November. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Since it dropped in November 23, you guys, and by guys, I'm being as a collective, I'm not being gender, whatever,
No, of
um,
course, man. Yeah.
have been it's just been a whirlwind for you. There's Electric Callboy, there was
Mm.
Crossfaith, there was Tesseract, there was Europe, there was the UK, there was the Radar Festivals in there. Obviously, a handful of shows in and around Australia as well for your own stuff. You've now
Yep.
got Froth coming up, and and then in January, it's January, I think. You've finally got your own headline tour. How
Yeah, yeah.
did you envisage it just going like that so quickly?
Um, no, honestly. It's quite a shock. And when you list everything just in a row like that, it seems like so much is going on. But when you're actually inside, um, inside of it, you don't really realize how crazy all of this shit is. Because, especially touring Europe and doing all these big international headliners, you're really focused on just like making a good impression for the audience and also the bands that you're touring with, because obviously they're really great people and great musicians, and you want to sort of not really impress them, but just kind of show them that um, you're kind of in it for the long haul, and I guess professional. So you're more focused on the day-to-day operation of stuff. But yeah, to be honest, I don't think any of us envisioned half of the stuff that we would do in the past couple of years. I think the Callboy tour was this massive thing that we didn't even really consider it. We thought that maybe we weren't quite the right fit. Obviously, Electric Callboy was this like massive party band, that had the huge synths and like everybody's having a good time, and we were just this like little band from Melbourne who just like loves having a shit time, and like conveying that to the audience. So we didn't feel like we were the right fit, but yeah, it turns out we got the offer, and just when stuff like that comes up, you don't really question it. You just like, okay, I'm there. When do I show up? So, um, but yeah, to be honest, it's crazy. But we don't really have a lot of time to, actually stop and smell the roses, as it were. You just sort of you're doing it and hanging on for dear life and enjoying it while it's still happening, because at any point, just like with anything sort of creative, it all can sort of come to a halt anytime. So you just got to keep holding on and praying that everything still keeps going, and everything still keeps going well. And yeah, it looks like that's the case. We've got the Liminality tour coming up in January. We're doing all major cities, and the response to that has been just insane. To think that we actually have people who want to see our show, and not just like us with an international headliner, is a pretty weird thing. Like, people actually like us for us and not just as a package deal. And that's really like, that's what we've always wanted to do. We've always wanted to connect with people and have them like us for what we do. So yeah, that's a big thing that it's been. The response to that was like much better than we thought it would be. So yeah, so far at least anyway. I mean, we're still a couple of months out from the headliner, so it could all, topple over and blow up in smoke. But he's hoping that everything goes well.
Yeah. The Electric Callboy one. So
Mm.
I saw you twice on that. I saw you in Adelaide and in Brisbane.
Oh, okay,
And
cool, cool.
the the group of people I was with, we didn't know you before. I'd actually
Yeah,
seen you before, but I don't know because I've seen you guys 4 times. I'm trying to figure out where the first one was. I can't remember. But
yeah, yeah. It's
most of us
probably a
there
bad
that
one.
night
Probably
were
best you
going,
didn't remember it.
okay. But we were sitting there that night at the Adelaide
Mm.
show, and it was like, wow, where the fuck did you guys come from? Like that's how the group of us
Yeah.
felt. And it was one of them ones where the way you had your set, it built and it built and it built and it
Mm.
grew to the point where by the time you finished, we were like, it was awesome. That was like almost worth the entry fee alone. Then I
Yeah,
went to
thanks, man.
Brisbane. I went with other mates as well, and I said, we've got to get them in early because we've got to check
Mm.
them out. And it was the same sort of response. Taking that into account, so that was a year ago, it was December last year,
Mm.
November, December last year. By the time you come back to Adelaide, and I know you've been back went on the Tesseract tour, when you come back for
Yeah.
Froth and Fury, do you feel you guys, as a performance, are even higher again?
Um, yeah, I don't want to toot our own horn too hard, but
Do
I
it.
would say,
Do it.
um, I'd say there's a notable improvement there. Um, I mean, we work hard, and we have been working hard for years and years just on our live show, getting our production ready, and working on all the boring shit like tones and fucking drum sounds and shit like that, and just to bring a really really good performance. and I think we also take our set lists into account as well, like as you said before, to build and build and build and leave people like wanting a little bit more and that sort of thing. So and I think now that we have more, well, the album's out, it's been released, we can play whatever we want from that album now, and there's no qualms about it. Um, so it gives us more choice to construct a cool set list and maybe like, put some changes in there that people won't expect and things like that. So I think the show's definitely improved. I mean, I think when we were doing the Callboy tour, we were running like the stage wedges,
Yeah.
which for like stages that size is just like just the dumbest shit I could possibly imagine. So like the production's leveled up and we've leveled up in terms of our musicianship as well. But I think every time you go to a future static show, whether that be opening or main support or headlining or whatever, it's always going to be better than the last time you saw us. That's what we want. We want to be constantly improving as musicians and as people. And I think we're doing that. And I think the second, people start saying like, oh, they were great this time, but they weren't as good as like, the Callboy tour or stuff like that. We really want to take a good hard look at ourselves and see what we're actually doing it for, because we want to get better. So yes, in answer to your question, yes, you can expect a better show at Froth and Fury, and because we love Adelaide, and we feel like the feeling is mutual. Every time we go there, we have like the best fucking time. Um, and people really respond to us over there. I don't know what it is. It's like the best city. And Shotgun Willie's as well is fucking great. I don't
Yes.
know if you've been there.
Yes.
It's kind of our mecca in Australia. Whenever we're doing a big tour, it's always something to look forward to. As if we weren't looking to forward to the shows or anything like that. But every time we go to Adelaide, it's just like, fuck yeah, Shotgun Willie's, let's go. So yeah, nah, it's good. It's good.
When you were over in Europe and the UK, did you what was the reception like over there? Because obviously at that point you're the international band. Like, did they
Yeah,
know
yeah.
you? Did they?
Some did. Yeah. There was a few people that had listened to us. There were some people, I think when you're talking about when we went over this year,
Yeah.
to do that tour with Angkor and everything like that. We were on the poster. So people checked us out before they came to see us play, and it was a good mix. People who had heard us but never heard us live, and then people who had never heard of us before in their lives. And yeah, so we managed to, I think, win them all over, which was good. We got a lot of people waiting for us to come back, which is good. They're not
Nice.
chasing us out with pitchforks and torches, so that's a positive thing. But then when you're talking about, I think some of the festivals that we played, especially Ziget Festival in Hungary, it was just like nobody heard of us. I think there was like two people who had us sound checking on the day, and they were like, "Oh my God, I've never heard you guys before. Like, we want to come and watch you when you're actually playing and stuff like that." Which was cool. I was like, "Bro, settle down. Like, it's just the sound check. Watch us play well. But yeah, and then like yeah, so nobody had heard of us at all, and the weird thing about Ziget was like you go out there to start playing each set and you just see like two people at the barrier. And that was like super fucking intimidating because like it was like this massive open area and there was like fucking two or three people just there at the start of our set, and you're like, all right, well, better make the most of it and see how you go. But then as the night went on and the set went on, people would just be like walking past and like hearing music, any type of music going on, and they just start like descending down from the hills and everything like that. And we ended up like having a really, really good crowd as the sun set. I think it was like a couple of hundred people,
Nice.
stuff like that. But just seeing like you look off in the distance and you see like it was like that first scene out of Gladiator when everybody's just like coming down the hill and just sort of, oh, what's this? And yeah, so that was a really special place. So yeah, there were a few people that had heard of us and heard our music and liked it. And there were a lot more people who didn't hear our music and hopefully liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, good, good. So what's because after Froth, I think you don't have anything until your tour in January.
Yeah.
That's correct, yeah. So
Yeah.
then what's after that?
Fuck knows, man. Ask my manager.
In the
Um,
office.
no, it's don't know. Don't know at this point. I think we're um so after Froth, which we're really, really keen for. Yeah, we got the headline tour, which we're doing with Last Mana and Rinrin,
Yes.
which should be fantastic. And then yeah, so we've got some other things on the cards that I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about just yet. Um, but yeah, we do have other things cooking sort of in the background show wise. But I think next year we might be a bit more focused on recording again,
Mhm.
and getting into that sphere. So take the foot off the gas in the live sense, as it were, because like really, um, we're doing and have done a lot of what we can do at the current level that we're at. We can keep playing all the shows and touring as much as we want, but if we don't have any more music to put out, then we'll just always stay sort of the same level
Yeah.
that we're at. So we're just going to sort of um, focus on the writing side a little bit more. That's what I hope, at least. So so that we can, potentially put out, a couple more singles or an EP, or maybe even an album next year. I don't know. So we'll just have to see how it goes with that, and if we can meet all the deadlines that we have. But yeah, so nothing too major on the cards right now for touring. But yeah, we're just going to focus on music, I think.
When it comes to like writing music, like you mentioned, you've got
Mm.
in essence, you've got three different vocalists in there, or three different levels of vocals that happen.
Yeah,
Obviously, you got your main vocalist, Nira, who joins in yourself and
yeah,
backing.
yeah.
I mean, does that make that what's the word I'm looking for? Not complicated, but like when you're writing your music and you're creating it,
Mm.
does it force you into we've got that sound and this sound, or is it the other way around? Does the sound make you do the music? Like the vocal sound, I mean, like the tones.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean lyrically, it's a pretty simple way that we look at things. Like obviously Amy is the lead vocalist. So she takes most of those duties, and she does, I would say, about, you know, 90% of the of the lyrics, and the vocal melodies, everything like that. But if somebody has a good vocal part or a good lyric or something like that, there's no real like, oh, I don't know about the tone of this one or whatever. We just sort of chuck it in, see how it goes. Yeah, I mean, like, a lot of my vocals come from Amy basically being like, oh, I can't do this live. Can you help me out a little bit? Um, so I'll just do that, help out. There's nothing really that major about it. I know that Hourglass, the chorus for that song, lyrically and melodically, was written by Kira. Um, and yeah, I think that it's just about feeling, really. It just felt really right, to have Kira sing that section. Um, just because tonally it was great, and she, worked on that part. And it wasn't really about ownership. It was just about how we were feeling on the day. Like I didn't even know that Kira was going to be singing that part until we got the scratch mixes back, when they were doing tracking, and it just felt right. So, there's not a lot of discussion around it. It's just Yeah, however we're feeling and whatever serves the song best, really.
Cool. All right. Well, we'll ask a question. This is a bit of it's a bit of a cheesy question. I'm going to ask it anyway because I think we need
Ask
to.
away, man.
Because
Yeah,
not
yeah,
everybody
absolutely.
who's at Frog would have seen you. Okay.
Mm.
All right. We need to accept that. Okay.
Yep,
So,
yep, absolutely.
okay. So, for the people who are going to the festival that day who haven't seen Future Static,
Mm.
how would you describe your shows to them?
Uh, what they can expect. Assless chaps. Um, what else? Um, gimp masks.
Mhm.
Um, yep. Collars. And just a lot of butt stuff, I think.
Okay.
Jackson and myself in particular. Jack likes to join in sometimes, but we don't like that.
Yeah, fair
Um,
enough. Too
no, in all
big.
seriousness. Uh, yeah, exactly. I can't handle it. Um, yeah, what you can expect from our show is just we don't have a lot of I guess frills or any sort of like, grandiose production or anything like that. But you can just expect a genuine expression of what we are all feeling when we play that music. Um, you can expect high energy. You can expect a lot of passion. And yeah, you can expect a lot of we're pretty no nonsense when it comes to playing shows. It's a lot of we don't do a lot of chatting
Mhm.
or talking or anything like that. Um, we really just want to let the music speak for itself. So that's what you can expect. Yeah, just cool shit, cool moves, cool music. I hope cool music. Yeah, that's about it, really. Um, just cool shit.
Nice. Nice. All
Yeah.
right. Excellent. Excellent. I'm still going to go with the quote from the beginning now about the leather chaps. So that's going to be the lead
Oh,
off quote. Yeah. 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 So,
very good.
arseless
Very
chaps.
good.
Okay, that's one we'll have.
Yeah.
Ah, look, on that though,
Ah.
I have taken up a little bit longer than I meant to. So
Oh, don't worry
thank you
about it,
very
man.
much. Oh, well,
That's
thank
all
you.
right. No
Well, thank you very much for your time though tonight. And as we mentioned, I know it's still Friday night now. I
Yeah,
will see you guys on November 9th, literally a month away,
easy.
4 weeks.
Yeah,
We'll
I know.
catch up, we'll have a drink, and I'll see you then.
Yeah, sounds sick, man. We'll see you in Adelaide. I'll see you at Shotgun Willie's after the festival.
Oh, yeah. Excellent.
All right,
Take care.
man.
Thanks, Ryan.
All right, beauty. Thanks. Take it easy, man.
Bye.
Bye.